Before I start today's video, I want to give you all a warning. At some point, I'm going to jump scare you. Now, don't be alarmed. I'm going to give you a preview of what this jump scare looks like. Boo! You've been warned. Horror video games. Scary, creepy, ooh! It's August. What a better time to talk about it. I mean, if they're selling this shit at Costco, then I guess it's Halloween season. They're also selling Christmas trees. It's August! I want to talk about what makes a game scary. Now, there's a lot of horror games that just are not. Like, some people think this is a horror game. What, are you scared to walk to the right? To me, you can't be a horror game unless you invoke some sort of fear. And no, we're not talking about random phobias. I mean, if I was scared of dogs, that would scare the shit out of me. We're going to talk about 3 different types of scary games. The first one is when you can do something about it. The second one is you can sort of do something about it. And the third one is you can't do shit. Let's talk about when you can do something about it. You get to fight back. Now, in games like Silent Hill, Resident Evil, it's scary whenever you're not prepared. When you're in this situation where there's a shitload of monsters and you have no bullets, fuck. But give yourself a fucking rocket launcher and all of a sudden, it's not that scary anymore. You're prepared. You have all the health potions in the world. I don't give a shit what you throw at me. I'm not dying. But then how do you make the game scary? Well, easy. You limit your supply. You limit your ammunition. All of a sudden, every shot you take counts. And if you miss a shot, then you start thinking, oh shit. And now I survived this gauntlet, but who knows what's going to happen going further. In horror games where you just get to run around to your heart's content, they like to give you the save rooms, which you might as well just call the safe rooms, because you know you cannot be touched there. It has its pros and its cons. What's the pro? Well, on a gameplay side, you already know that whenever you're in one of these, nothing can hurt you. Odds are you can save. Mommy, I'm okay, mommy. But what's the con? You're taken out of the immersion. Here you are in a big haunted house. How about the castle in RE8? You have Big Boob Lady chasing you, which, do we even want to consider that horror, or do we just want to consider that horror? And she will chase you throughout the mansion, except in this one room, the safe room. She will be right on your fucking tail. The second you walk in there, it's, okay, see you later. Which, yeah, if you're playing the game, you have something to actually run towards. You get to say, oh shit, there she is. I'm hauling ass that way. But if she's blocking your path to the safe room, then it's how do I get around her? But it really doesn't matter, because as soon as you do get around her and you get to that safe room, she could be right next to you and she's gone. So, does that really make sense? But then at the same time, what if she did get you? What if you did enter the safe room and she still grabbed you and killed you? Then I'd be pissed. It's this weird kind of lose-lose scenario. You have a game like FNAF Security Breach, right? Where you can hide in the lockers. But if one of them sees you getting into the locker, they still get you. Which makes me pissed, because I say, well, I'm in the fucking locker. Even though it totally makes sense as to why they saw me get in there. Of course they're gonna fucking get me. But now, how about games where you can sort of control what happens? Some of my favorite horror games are the Corey Dark Pictures games and Until Dawn. And those are kind of visual novel-esque, where all you really do to control things is hit a button. Now, what's strange about those games is there's really 2 segments. There's the part where you're controlling a character and you're kind of exploring a scene, and then there's also when a cutscene's happening and you do the QuickTime events. Now, the unfortunate part of that is you already know in these parts you're safe, and in these parts you actually gotta like sit up and play. So the horror aspect is kind of gone because you already know what's coming. It'd be nice if they hit you with a curveball every once in a while, like maybe you're actually walking around and next thing you know, something's chasing after you, but that's just not how it is. In fact, it's funny. When I die in a Dark Pictures game, I don't really feel scared, I feel frustrated. I feel like, oh, you're telling me just the one fucking time I missed the X button, that's the thing that kills me? Bad game, stupid. or I made the wrong choice. I remember when I first played Corey, they showed you this hint, and the hint literally shows the bitch walking up the ladder. So I figured, okay, I'm gonna go walk up the ladder. That was a bad idea! They lied to me! So am I scared because the thing popped out? No, I'm frustrated. I'm mad, I'm angry. I'm the angry video game guy because the nerd is taken. That's copyrighted, I can't use that. So then how do you make something like that scary? Well, kind of like I said, you have to blend the two together. You have to always be alert. Which is why now is the perfect time for me to segue into something else. How about games where you really can't do anything about it? I think the scariest game of all time is the original Five Nights at Freddy's when it first came out. Because you see, not only are these games just mean to hell and back, but they're also well known. You kind of understand how the game works and how the mechanics work. But when it first came out and you really didn't know what the hell was going on, that's an unforgettable experience. It will scare you shitless. Think about it. You're in a room. You can't leave the room. You can look to the left. You can look to the right. Something might appear there. You don't know. You can close the door. You can turn on the lights, but then your power drains. The more you are in that room, the higher your stress level is. And then when it finally gets you, when it does the rah, holy shit. It gets you. It really does get you. It might not be the scariest looking game, but just with how helpless you feel, that's true horror. Now, unfortunately, I have to be honest with all of you. I lied earlier. You see, it was never my intention to actually jump scare anyone. So then you might be asking, well, why did I say I was going to? That's because the jump scare itself isn't the scary part. It's the threat of it actually happening. Let's look at a lot of these indie horror games which are just plaguing YouTube. And a lot of it is just, there's the jump scare. Something chases you and there's the jump scare, right? Bendy, Garden of Banban, Poppy Playtime, FNAF! Is the scary part the jump scare? No, maybe it makes you shiver a little bit, but the scary part is the threat of it actually happening. I think the reason why a lot of these games are so popular is because kind of what I was saying earlier about the whole safe rooms is that it kind of blurs it a lot of the time. A lot of the time you could be walking down a hallway, think that you're safe, and all of a sudden, holy shit, where did he come from? I'm not running from someone because I'm so scared at what the jump scare is gonna look like. I'm running from them because I don't know where they are, and that's the thing that really gets me. When you're in an area and you lose where your main villain is, that's when your heart gets racing. How do you make the scariest game of all time? Get rid of the safe rooms. Can't ever be safe. Make yourself helpless. If I have all the ammo in the world, they should be more scared of me than I am of it. I understand that there's a difference between stress and being scared. FNAF is very stressful, whereas a game like the Resident Evil series is a lot more scary. But if you can get a good balance of the two, whew, consider my pants pooped.